welcome to Wrestling Days Live. We are live for this chilled stream. It is a Sunday night at the time of doing this, and very much I am in the mood for a chilled stream. I'm still feeling the effects of a 7-hour UFC stream that we did last night. So my voice isn't the strongest. I am feeling it a little bit today, but there was no way that we were not going to do a stream today, or do something today. What with SummerSlam just around the corner, I wanted to do a SummerSlam. So shout out to the members of the channel. I gave them some options last night, and they voted for SummerSlam 2002. Now, I'm really excited about this because this is regarded as the best SummerSlam ever, right? It is right up there. If you actually go onto Google, put in the best SummerSlams ever, this is one of the top results that comes back. And the reason for it is because we're starting to move out of the Attitude Era, and we're starting to move into a different era. We're starting to go into Ruthless Aggression. We haven't quite got there yet, but we're really in this transitional period. It's a really interesting time in wrestling because obviously WCW has gone out of business. I think it's like the year before. We've had the Invasion angle, which didn't go down that well. And yeah, it's just, as I said, a really interesting time because we're not quite out of Attitude, but we're not quite into Ruthless Aggression. But we're going to start taking a big step towards Ruthless Aggression here because our main event is going to see The Rock taking on Brock Lesnar. That for me is very much two different generations colliding. If I think of The Rock, I always think Attitude Era. And if I think of Brock, I probably think more now of his more recent run. But he to me very much is Ruthless Aggression because he came through the ranks along with Batista, Randy, John Cena, and all of those guys are Ruthless Aggression. So this is kind of a collision of these two different generations, these two different eras. And I'm very, very much looking forward to watching this again. I haven't seen it for a long time. And as well as that, we've also got Shawn Michaels taking on Triple H. So Shawn had been away for about 4 years. He had been away since WrestleMania 14 with injuries that he didn't think he was going to ever be able to come back from. He is able to come back from them. He does come back. This is his first match back. I think that's right. I probably should have checked that before I said it, but pretty confident this is his first match back since WrestleMania 14. So, yeah, this is, it's got loads of stuff. He's got Ric Flair against Chris Jericho on this show as well. In fact, here's a fun fact. I got this from What Culture, from one of their articles. So, shout out to What Culture if they're watching. But, the fact is that 15 of the 18 wrestlers that we're going to see tonight all at some point were world champions. 15 of the 18. That's how stacked this card is. There's world champions. Either they'd won the title before this or they'd won it after. But there's world champions all over this card. So, very fun, very exciting. Days, shout out to you, Jerry Smith. Hope you are well. How are you doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. It's a hanging in there day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna make out that I'm feeling the best I've ever felt because I'm definitely not. I'm feeling a little bit run down from last night. Like last night was quite difficult, to be honest. It was really enjoyable. We did a UFC show, but it was so non-stop because there was 15 fights. So it was just like talking. As soon as that fight finished, we're on to the next fight. Talking. And obviously you talk a lot anyway during a stream. But with this, like, there wasn't really much of like, right, let's see what the guys are saying, jumping into. It was just, there was so many fights and so much to talk about. It's just I felt frazzled after. I really felt frazzled. So I watched the football earlier today. It was the last day of the season here in the UK, the English Premier League. So I got up and I watched that, and then I went back to bed. I had another couple of hours sleep. So this is me after having like some decent amount of sleep, and I still feel like I could go back to bed right now. So, but as I said, there was no way that we were going to miss this, and I'm genuinely looking forward to this because, as we said, one of the best ever SummerSlams. So, with that being said, right, I do want to jump into the chat and have a chat with you guys, but I need to get the ball rolling on here. Let's give people another minute or so. If you are just joining us, we haven't started yet. This is SummerSlam 2002, regarded as the best SummerSlam ever. Obviously, that's debatable, but widely regarded as the best SummerSlam ever. It's got some incredible matches all over it. It's 2 hours 40 odd long, so quite a nice length as well. It doesn't means that we're not here for like 4 hours or anything like this. 2 hours 40 odd. There's some really fun matchups. Meant to be one of the best SummerSlams ever. If you get it on the network, if you find it, then we'll be good to go in a couple of minutes. Let's say 10 past, right? So it's 8 minutes past, so 2 minutes. This is your 2-minute warning. You've got a 2-minute warning, and then we will be underway. My network won't let me sign in. Sonny, I have never known anyone have technical difficulties as often, as frequently as what you do. I can only imagine that you live in an igloo. That's all I can think. Mason Spencer, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Butter Spark says a denim match. HBK versus Triple H. Absolutely. Wow. Get on, and Days is already hyping. General Snotty Notty, how are you, my friend? Days, did you like the figure of the demon I sent you? The one from WCW? Yeah, look cool, dude. Yeah, that's, I think, who makes that figure? Toy Company? There was no new figure reveals today. I don't know if you heard. Yeah, if you saw the figure video I did yesterday, I was like, I don't know if they've shown this other gallery before or not, but these I haven't seen these images. So we ended up doing 2 galleries of pictures yesterday. I didn't really think anything of it. Turns out they made a mistake. They were meant to show one of the galleries today, so they haven't got nothing for today. So they botched it. They uploaded 2 galleries of new images yesterday, and thankfully we saw them both, and we did put them both in the same video, which is why yesterday's figure video was like half an hour long. It's because they made a mistake. One of the galleries was meant for today. So there we go. I thought that was quite fun. You had to be there. Pretty good. KJ, how are you? Johnny Montgomery, shout out to you. Austin 316. Yeah, I need to. There's a couple of things I need to do with the members thing. I need to make the emojis bigger, which I'm absolutely doing. That was on my to-do list for today, but I just really don't feel brilliant. Well, it's not that I don't feel brilliant. I just feel a little bit. So, yeah, I need to do that. And I want to try and make the Wrestling Days logo stand out a little bit more. I think I can do a better job of that. I feel like I can do better. So, talking of starting, shall we get started? Right, here we go. Oh, hello. No, stop playing. In 3, 2, 1. Boom. We are. Oh, now you're not playing. Great. There we go. Now it is playing. Right, we are underway. Oh! This is very much where I am right now. Right, SummerSlam. We are in the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. And this is in Uniondale, New York. I can tell you there's 14,797 people in attendance. There would be 540,000 pay-per-view buys. That was a little bit down on the year before, but well up on what 2003 would be. 2003 would only do 465,000. We're seeing Inside World. That is the restaurant in Times Square. That's cool. I love that. I love stuff like that. I love it when you get to see inside like WWE World or Access or things like that. And wow, I tell you, the excitement is really coming across, man. Crowd are red hot, and we're starting off with Kurt Angle. Dun dun, you suck. You suck. Kurt Angle. That was never my favorite attire of his. It's the one that's like red and white stripes with like some blue stars. Not really feeling it. It's like he's made ring attire out of, say, a duvet cover. We got Michael Cole and Taz. Right, Kurt Angle. I actually can't remember who he's facing. SummerSlam's just not going to feel this way, is it, this year? This is depressing me. Hello, dude. Hope you well. Ray Mysterio had only recently joined. He hadn't been in WWE very long. But his music played, and he was actually behind Kurt. So we are underway with Kurt Angle versus Ray Mysterio. Bryce, awesome. Shout out to you. The crowd was amazing this night. New York crowds are always great. Yeah, man, this crowd is red hot, aren't they? This crowd is really, really up for this. Really up for this. Monica King says, Mr. Mysterio. I wish that was his name. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mysterio. And he comes out in a top hat. That would be nice. He goes for a 619, but Kurt Angle wasn't there. And, man, he viciously drags Ray out of the ring. So, as we said, Ray hadn't been in WWE too long at this point. Yeah, he's really kind of like finding his feet here. But what a match. What a match. Ray Mysterio versus Kurt Angle, but a Kurt Angle in his prime. Slamming Ray onto the edge of the ring and Kurt getting into the ring. Kind of a really like, it's only now, like, just coming into 3.5 minutes in that I feel that I'm settling down. It's only now that I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, here we go. Man, what a suplex. That was horrific. That had some real snap to it, that did. That had some real snap. Loads of, man, there's so much to talk about. The crowd is red hot, right? It seems like it's quite warm in there because it seems quite smoky. Is anyone else getting that kind of vibe of steam and sweat and... Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels a bit... Don't know. Like, it feels like it's quite warm. I feel watching this that it's warm inside that room. The other thing as well is it's very unusual, but the entrance to... Just a 2 count for Ray. The entrance is on the right. If you think about most wrestling shows that you watch, maybe not so much during this lockdown era, but the entranceway is normally on the left. If you think about like WrestleManias that you've seen, in particular, the entranceway tends to be on the left. But this one, it's on the right. 1, 2, kick out by Ray. Ray in silver, by the way. Silver bottom, silver mask. I think it's just got like black. It's not my favorite Ray attire. This is like a battle of 2 great wrestlers that are both wearing ring attire that I don't really care for. I mean, that's quite a long thing to type. So they've just gone with Kurt versus Ray. Knee in the back. This is obviously during brand split kind of times. We've got a SmackDown ref in the ring. We've spoke about this before. Whenever it's a SmackDown match, there's a SmackDown ref. But when it's a Raw match, it's not a Raw ref, if you will. It's not a referee in a Raw shirt. It's just a normal ref. And I don't quite understand that. Mistress. This is Mistress from 18 years ago. Days Drew versus Dolph is now non-title. Oh, that's a bit flat, isn't it? Back then, pre-internet leaks or knowledge, and somehow with Hot at the Time, I missed that, was Rock's full-time career goodbye. Yeah, you're right. The Rock leaves after this to go to Hollywood. Days before the match, there was a dark match between Spike Dudley and Steven Richards. Well, I'm gutted. I'm gutted that they haven't included that. Hey, this is nice. Stretching out Ray. Tall Paul 2000's gaming channel, shout out to you, says the Hardcore Championship is back. What? When? In WWE? I know that there's a replica that's available on WWE Shop, but I haven't seen that they're bringing it. There's not really a need for it, is there? Because we've got the new and improved 24/7 title now. Clothesline, down goes Ray. The Hardcore's just a poor man's 24/7 title. Said no one ever. This is fun, man. This is a good first match as well. It's had a nice pace to it. And the crowd are really into it. Big right hand and Ray Mysterio goes down. Miss Clown 1 says exactly the same thing. Straight into the action with this one. It's a really good opening match, isn't it? It kind of sets the tone. They're not doing like loads of stuff that's kind of like difficult to follow, but they're just working at a good pace. I'm sorry, man says not a bad match on this card. Mason Spencer exploring the emojis, which I can now add to, actually. Against the ropes. Up over the top. He's trying to get Angle down, but Angle actually collapses down on top of Ray. Ray managing. Oh, look at that. Belly to belly. Belly to belly by Kurt. The straps have come down. He's gone all Big E. Oh, how exciting is it about Big E going solo as well? Proper excited for that. He could be a massive star for them. He could be a massive star. I mean, he is a big deal anyway, but he's got such an impressive look and he's got such a fun personality. I don't know why they've not pulled the trigger on giving him a solo run before. Kurt on the outside now. Days, I wonder what the story was going into this match. Do you know? I can't remember, to be honest. I'm sure if you go onto the SummerSlam Wikipedia page. Ray over the top. Comes crashing down onto Kurt. Yeah, I won't have... The problem with this era for me, when it comes to early 2000s, that's when I was leaving college and starting like to try and find a job. And my priorities around this time very much had to change. So I mean, I've seen this show, but I wasn't really able to kind of follow all of the build. I mean, there was no way that I was able to watch as much wrestling then as what I watch now. Against the ropes. Slides under the legs, which was really cool. Kick to the midsection. Kurt hurling Ray into the corner. Ray, I love when Ray does that. So Kurt hurled Ray into the corner. He jumps up and then he jumps backwards and jumps like onto the shoulders of Kurt. It was really cool. But he wasn't able to capitalize. Although he has just managed to get Kurt into a 619. Springboard. Nice Hurricanrana. 2. Ah! That's amazing. What a sequence of moves. Wow, that was great. Days left college in 2002 and he's still 21. Don't ask me how it works, man. I was gifted. Days, I just finished watching Asuka Ember Moon for the championship on YouTube. Very cool. Here we go. Mysterio up in the corner. Kurt going over. Mysterio flips out the way. Kurt, middle rope. Nice drop kick by Ray. Yeah, it was right on the chin, and Kurt's a little bit out of it. Ray going up top. Ugh, that was a bit botchy, but Kurt's managed to turn it into an ankle lock. Yeah, he's quite close to the ropes, but he's dragged him into the center. Ray taps. Ray has to tap. Kurt angle. Ankle lock. Picks up the dub in the first match. That was a good first match as well. Austin 316, shout out to you. I look at the Meltzer ratings. That's a good suggestion. Let's do that. I always like to know what Meltzer Baby is saying. No. That was good, man. That was an enjoyable opening match. And actually, Dave Meltzer agrees. Dave Meltzer says that was a 3.75. 3.75 for that match by Dave Meltzer. So right now, Meltzer is happy. And that's all that matters. That's all I need. It was good showing from Ray. Ray taps. A hot opener, says Mason. Oh, hello. We got Steph backstage in a little business suit. Tell Eric Bischoff to try and top that match. Here we go. And there is Eric. What are you doing in my office? Eric Bischoff? Eric Bischoff and Stephanie McMahon. Eric says, we're on neutral ground. I would like to see the look on your face as you watch SmackDown reign supreme. So, Steph and Eric are going to be watching the pay-per-view together. There's Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler. Jerry the King. It's a funky shirt, isn't it? That's a hell of a shirt. It's a very regal shirt. The Raw portion of SmackDown. I want to welcome everyone to the Raw portion of SmackDown. Not SmackDown, SummerSlam. Ugh. Botch. Right, here we go. Jericho. 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 Break the walls down. Dun. Break the walls down is better than Judas, don't at me. Dun. I think Days needs to buy a shirt like that. Well, it'd certainly wake me up. I know that much. If ever I was feeling a little bit run down, I'd just look down and be like, wow. Am I wearing this on the internet? Wow. Ric Flair versus Jericho. This should be fun. God, he can't talk, can he, Jerry? Jerry is stumbling all over his words. They don't call Ric Flair the dirtiest. He should just go home to his castle. I do not remember this match, says Sean Mack. Neither do I. Neither do I. This is why, genuinely, I'm looking forward to watching the show. There's a lot of this show I don't remember. I remember the main event. I remember Triple H versus Shawn. Outside of that, my memory's gone. Here we go. Ric Flair. Nice robe. Ric Flair at this point had no confidence whatsoever. Zero confidence. You got to remember that WCW had really mistreated Ric Flair towards the end of the 90s and whatever. They were very much all about the NWO and Sting and Goldberg and Scott Steiner and, you know, people like that. They were not about Ric Flair. So Ric Flair was very unsure as to whether he still had it. And yeah, he was in a really bad place. His confidence was completely shattered. I read a story, actually, that during this match, there's a moment where Rick was meant to put on the figure four leg lock, and he didn't want to do it because he said he didn't deserve to do it. He's not here. He doesn't think he's the same wrestler as what he was, you know, back in the 80s, back in his prime, early 90s. And I think Jericho has a word, so I don't know, actually. I'm looking to see if he does put on the figure four. That sounds really weird, but I am watching to see if he's going to put on the figure four. I'm also going to absolutely contradict myself, which I think is really fun to do from time to time. But I always say that, like, black ring attire is so boring. I actually love Ric Flair in black ring attire. I think it looks really classy on Ric Flair. And I think it works for Ric Flair because we see Ric Flair in red trunks. We see him in blue trunks. He has incredible robes. You know, his ring attire is always really interesting, especially the robes and his entrance gear. But here, he's just in black. And I think it looks awesome. I suppose in a way it kind of reflects how he feels about himself as well. You know, he's not feeling too. He's in a dark place. Is kind of what I'm saying. So I really like Ric Flair in this black, and I must say I really like Cesaro in his black trunks at the moment. I think he looks classy. Very similar to this. Very similar. Jericho looks great as well. That first match was a battle of two people in ring attires I didn't care for. This one is a battle of two people in ring attires I do. Jericho's got black tights on, but it's got a lot of detail work down the side. And it kind of feels like a church window. The side of Jericho's attire feels like a stained glass window. I don't think that's the vibe he was going for, but that's the kind of vibe I get. But it's cool. This is a very, here we go, Flair goes over. No, he can't do it, man. He can't do it. Flair is meant to go clothesline. We've seen Flair do that spot so many times. He gets thrown into the corner. He flips up, lands on his feet on the outside, and then falls down. And he could not flip over the corner there. It's just not feeling great. Jericho loved doing this, didn't he? Taking that strip off the top. Exposing that security barricade. You don't see them do that anymore. But we did see Jericho do it against CM Punk. You might remember we watched... I can't remember what it was that we watched not that long ago. I think it was Extreme Rules. And it was Jericho against CM Punk. And he did the same thing there. Flair gets thrown back into the ring. Dave in real life says, fun fact, I was the same age as Days when this was live. I was 21. Big right hand by Jericho. When Meltzer does his ratings, does he mark it out of 10 or 5? He does it out of 5. 5. Sonny says, so much bad luck today. Josh Savage, shout out to you. John says it was Extreme Rules 2012. It's just cool, isn't it, to see him still doing it here 10 years earlier. Taking that, because I've not seen anyone else do it. Jericho into the corner, back elbow to Ric Flair. Nice missile drop kick by Jericho. 2. Ric Flair trying to kick out. 2. Trying to kick out again. Days, do you want to see AJ versus Johnny Gargano? Yes, I would love to see that match. Johnny, I think, is capable of incredible things. And so is AJ, of course. But, yeah, Johnny is a big star for many years to come. I think, is Jericho, like, choking? He is. I think he was choking Flair with that tag rope, was it? Either that or it was some wrist tape. Big chops coming in. I think it was the tag rope. Big chops coming in by Flair. He's got Jericho against the ropes. Jericho with a big right hand and Flair goes down. Days, when do you think crowds are going to come back? Do you know what? I don't know. I haven't even read any reports for when crowds are going to come back. I know they wanted SummerSlam. The last I heard, but it wasn't very reliable, was end of September, October. But we don't know what's going to happen with the second spike and everything. I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. Nice suplex by Jericho. Jericho going outside. Is the Nassau Memorial Coliseum still in New York? I can't remember WWE going back there, to be honest. Unless they've done maybe the odd Raw from there. But I certainly can't remember a pay-per-view from there. Like, if ever they go to New York, they go to the Barclays Center, don't they? Maybe Madison Square Garden, but the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum is not a venue that I'm aware of. I'm going to have a look, actually. Days, do you think Jericho is a creative genius? I think genius is a bit of a big word. I think he's creative. Let's put it that way. I think with wrestling, it's very easy to get things over. Wrestling fans, by and large, will get into fun stuff. Like, they want to be entertained. They want to get into fun stuff. So, like, the list and a little bit of... I mean, he didn't even mean a little bit of bubbly. He just saw it and he was just like, little bit of bubbly. And, of course, like, wrestling fans just gravitate towards that kind of thing. It's just anything that's a bit fun. So, I don't know. I mean, genius seems like a bit of an extreme word. He's a hard worker. I know that much. And he is creative. I mean, that comes through with his music and everything. And definitely is someone that really does try, you know. 1, 2. What was I doing? I was searching for the Nassau Veterans Coliseum. Big chop by Jericho. Well, I think it still exists, so that's good news. Does it still exist? No, it closed this year. Why did it close this year? Closure. In June, the company announced the arena would be closed indefinitely whilst it seeks new investors. So it closed this year. That's a shame, isn't it? Jericho is going for the figure four. I said I was going to keep an eye out for the figure four. And here we are. Figure four applied. Do you Meltzer rating on Swamp Match? What? I don't know what you mean. Jericho, as I said, never say never to a return. Yeah, he could come back. WWE, I think, would take him back, but I think Jericho's quite happy in AEW, and I don't see AEW going anywhere anytime soon. Flair in a lot of pain here. Figure four. He's close to the ropes, though. He should be able to get there. He's right there. Just grab the rope. Flair was tapping, but he had his hand on the rope. The ref saying he grabbed the rope. Jericho pushing the ref. So, Flair was tapping. I like that. I really like that spot. Showing the pain. That's really good. Flair tapping, but he's holding the rope, so he's showing how much that move is hurting. But it's not costing him the match because he's got the rope. Low blow! Low blow! Ric Flair. And now Flair is the one that's putting on the figure four, so Jericho was able to convince him to do it. This is a good ending. And Jericho taps. I tell you what, that is so clever, right? Credit where in the space of a couple of moments has shown why he is such a good wrestler, right? The reason being that he just moments before basically told you how incredibly painful the figure four is, right? By him tapping out to the figure four, but by holding onto the rope, he has told you this pain is absolutely excruciating. Like, even I can't survive a figure four. Like, even I'm tapping to it. The difference was he had the rope, so it didn't count as a tap out. So when he puts it onto Jericho, you know how much that's hurting. And so then Jericho taps, and it's so clever. It's good. It's really good. Eric Dirigi says, the only pay-per-view I got to see was SummerSlam 98 with my dad. One of the best moments and memories that I ever had with him. Very cool. That's wrestling at its best, isn't it, really? When you can think back to moments that you've shared. Here's Brock and Paul Heyman. Great match. Yeah, I think Meltzer wasn't overly keen. I think he gave it like 2.75, something like that. You've got to take this guy out. He's the people's champ. You're inside his head. This guy's going to come at you with everything he's got. I can't wait to watch this main event again. Great match. Wrestling Days fan says, I'm attempting to go to Saudi. Amazing. Coffee and Wrestling, which is literally my life, says Brock was massive back then. There is the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Fun fact, that actually closed this year. I don't know if you knew that. I'm full of these little facts, me. Eddie. Wrestle with Andy says, Days, have you seen the NBA with no crowd yet? No, I haven't. I haven't. Does it work? Is it good? I've not seen it. I've not even heard any reports on it. Days, are we going to be streaming the early WrestleManias again? Yeah, we will look to pick that back up. Yes, we will look to pick that back up. This is when Brock showed up for work. Hashtag flashbacks, says C Wrestling. Shout out to you, dude. Hope you are well. David Paul says, Heyman has an excellent WWE DVD with a great bio. I think that's actually on the network. So for those of you that would like to watch that Paul Heyman DVD, I'm pretty sure I was going through the network a couple of months ago, and I'm sure it was on there because it is regarded as one of the best DVD sets that WWE have made. So yeah, if anyone's interested in watching like a really fun, really good documentary, then check that out. Right, is this Eddie versus Edge? Here we go. Obviously, Edge couldn't have long been solo here. I'm an Edge. Did that sign say I'm an Edgehead? Is that what that sign said? Because there was just a guy putting his head through a sign. I mean, it's one of the worst signs I've ever seen. Here we go, look. Edge versus Eddie Guerrero. I know that Edge was worried about this match. Eddie had been having a lot of problems with addictions, various addictions, and he hadn't been in a great place. And so Edge wasn't sure about facing Eddie. I mean, everyone loved Eddie. It's not as if people like had issue with Eddie himself, but I've read a few reports saying that Edge was not coming into this with loads of confidence or feeling great. But it's fine. It goes well. I know you said you won't get the Gronk, but you said you like collecting different characters. That's true. I do like to collect different characters, but I will survive without a Gronk in my collection. So I like collecting different wrestlers, and Gronk is not one of those. I mean, no. Let's put it this way. If I had all the figures that I wanted, and it was just a case of let's just get the Gronk just to add it to the collection, then yes, I would. But there's so many figures that I don't have that way up the priority list that I just don't think I'll ever get to that Gronk anyway. So no, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that. Some brilliant figures that have been shown, though. The Superstar Billy Graham that's been shown recently is amazing. There's Mae Young that's on the way. British Bulldog with Matilda is coming out as well. And that's on top of just loads of, like, Classy Freddie Blassie, who I know C Wrestling got Classy Freddie Blassie. I still don't have, like, Sensational Sherry and all these other ones, so there's a list. Right, Eddie in wonderful red attire, and Edge in white. So Eddie in red with gold and black highlights. They're on the outside of the ring. Into the ring steps goes Edge. So he went for a spear and he missed it. And that's how Edge went out the ring. Eddie has grabbed him, got him back into the ring. And he's now stomping away on Edge. Fun fact, Days would get a Gronk figure over an Asuka or Linda. Not true. An Asuka Linda double pack is my dream set. Or Linda dressing up as Asuka for Halloween. That's my dream figure. Right, elbow driven in by Eddie. Eddie in control now. Days, but you have Eva Marie. That's true. Oh, down he goes. 1, 2, shoulder up. Yeah, the difference with that was that I was really hitting the figures hard. I mean, I was doing a lot of toy hunts. I was doing a lot of figure reviews. I mean, a lot. The channel was very much set up for figures. So I was buying figures a lot more than what I am now because I was doing them because the channel kind of needed me to do them in that way, which sounds really weird. But since we've been doing like watch-alongs, like a lot of watch-alongs and a lot of live streams, I've not been able to do like as many figure videos. And so naturally I've been buying less figures. So yeah, you go back a couple of years and if I saw it and I didn't have it, I was buying it. So had it been a couple of years ago and I walked into a shop and I saw Gronk, then yeah, I would have bought him. I would have bought him. I mean, I'd be crying as I'd be giving the woman my money. I don't want this. Please don't take my money. Please don't sell me this. What do you want me to do? No, go on, put it in the bag. Just put it in the bag. But yeah, I'm not in that dark place anymore. Now, do you know what I mean? Now I'm in a better place now. So I'm at a place now where I don't have to buy a Gronk figure. And that's all thanks to you guys. It's all down to you. It's all down to everyone that's watching. Thank you for supporting the channel and ensuring that I don't have to buy a Gronkowski figure. Eddie Guerrero still in control. He's got headlock applied. Get a Gronk and send it away with a rocket. What? I remember watching Eddie wrestling Doug Williams at an English event that aired on Sky. Wow. No one wants Gronk, says Miss Clown One. We had the old arm drop. We were telling a story on that. Bruce Pritchard the other week, said that they stopped doing that because people are more clued up now because of the UFC. Is that a Fujinami armbar? So Eddie still in control here. Days, one dream match would be Eva Marie versus Gronk. Triple H versus Shawn is great, says Trish. You're absolutely right. Honestly, one of the best WWE matches. I mean, the storytelling in that match is amazing. It's to have Shawn back as well, you know. After 4 years away. Why is Ric Flair even back in wrestling? He's 70. My opinion, I think Rick should just manage. Well, he's not wrestling. He's not wrestling. He's not wrestling WWE. He's just like hanging out with Randy because they're good friends from their Evolution days. So yeah, I've not seen that Ric Flair's wrestling. I tell you, when it comes to Ric Flair, people don't appreciate him. Like, I know it sounds weird because he gets a lot of love. And everyone calls him the GOAT and all stuff like this, but people really don't appreciate him till he's gone. I'm surprised they don't do like a Ric Flair appreciation night or something like that. Do you remember they did like Stone Cold Day to try and bump the ratings, and they had Stone Cold go on to Raw? They haven't done anything like that for Ric Flair, and I'm quite surprised. I don't know why. If they did a Ric Flair appreciation night, I'm sure that would do well. Certainly if they got some, like, of his old opponents come on, like Sting and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, you know? That'd be fun. I don't know what they're going to do. They need to start looking at stuff like that. Anything they can do to kind of move the ratings. The ratings still aren't in a great place. Eddie on the outside, Edge up top. comes crashing down onto Eddie. Both guys outside the ring. It's worth mentioning that it's very sterile. We've got the black mats, black barricade. Even the ring apron is just black with the SummerSlam logo. I kind of feel like that ring apron could have been a lot more exciting. They keep going, like the background image they use for replays is like this really cool kind of green and blue kind of colours. They could have gone with that. That would have looked a lot nicer on the ring apron rather than just black. There's too much black everywhere. Everything's black. The ropes are black. The ring posts are black. The turnbuckle pads are black. Face first, slam down. Here we go, going for the pin. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Eddie. Shoulder up by Eddie. Days, I did the maths. You're 38 to 40 years old. Don't know how many times I have to tell you that I'm 21. I don't know how to get that message through. Oh! Edge was running forward, looking for a spear. But Eddie jumped up and delivered a drop kick. Eddie going up top. Frog splash, knees up. Knees up by Edge. I just sensing that we might be sneaking towards a finish. Edge. Oh! The execution. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Eddie. Shoulder up. That looked like it was going to be the 3. Someone has got a sign that says Latino heat has smelly feet. Breaking news. Jerry says Days is 21. Sonny says Days is 21. Chalmers says fashionista Days. Make your mind up. Do you or do you not like simple black? I think I like black. Like black trunks on certain superstars. That's I think I don't want everyone wearing black. But I think if it's only a couple of people, then I think it can look really smart. And I think it looks really good on people that don't tend to wear black, like Ric Flair. Ric Flair always wore like red or light blue or dark blue. So for him to wear black, it kind of stands out. 1, 2, shoulder up by Edge. But no, I'd say 99% of the roster should be wearing some colours. This match has got really good now. Elbows and strikes coming in by Eddie, who's going up top. Strike to the knee. Edge hurls Eddie down, but Eddie rolls. Goes for a clothesline. Spear! Spear by Edge! 1, 2, 3. Edge wins. Edge gets the dub. You can hear Edge's old theme. It's rubbish. Batista would return if WWE offered him a shot at the Universal Championship. I don't know that we need Batista back. Days should be in TV ads for the fashion brand Forever 21. Yes, this face absolutely is a perfect advert for any brand. Days, who is the best technical wrestler past and present? Technical wrestler. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like it's going to be a name that people won't have heard of. Someone like... I tell you a name comes to mind. Billy Robinson comes to mind. But so does Luthez. I mean, if you want to talk about Daniel Bryan, people like that. I mean, Billy Robinson is a catch wrestling instructor, so he teaches it. But he wrestled all over the world. He wrestled in Europe, North America, Asia, Oceania, and now he does a lot of training. And he's trained loads of greats. He went into the International Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2003. And he went into the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame in 1996. We've got Lance and Christian, the Un-Americans. So, WWE Tag Team Champs. It's cool. Here we go, Booker T. Ice. Booker T and Gold Dust versus the Un-Americans. Un-Americans. We are the Un-Americans. I know that was Young Americans, but still. They should come out to that. That's something heels don't do. Insult where they are for heat, but I guess no one wants to insult Vince McMahon's Performance Center. That's true. Right, here come the I can't remember their entrance music. It's a bit bland. I like the upside down stars and stripes. So Goldust and Booker T, and this is the classic tag team titles. I love that version. That for me, though, that is the tag team title. The universal symbol of distress, apparently. I didn't know this. That's the universal symbol of distress. I didn't know that. There we go. Days, would you get the Gronk if it was in a battle pack with Linda? Yeah. Just throw the Gronk away. Do you know what I mean? That can just go in the trash. Lance Storm was so underrated. Completely agree. Did you ever fix your Bam Bam? No. I dropped it during the review. If you actually watch the Bam Bam Bigelow figure review, I actually drop it. I get it out the box, drop it, and it breaks. And no, I've not fixed it. In fact, if I had it, I would show you that I haven't fixed it, but I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can put my hand on it. And he certainly can't put his hand on it because he hasn't got an arm. I don't know where it is. I've got a box down there that's got a load of loose figures in. I think it's in there. Days, shout out Alexa, Zelina, Linda. You've got to marry one. Well, I wouldn't wish that on them, in all fairness. Inverted atomic drop, clothesline by Goldust. Goldust starting us off with Lance. Tags in Booker. Days, for the ladder match, should change the North American title strap color to white. I don't know. I really like I like that North American title. I wouldn't change it. Nice. Drop in the knee by Booker T. That was a Booker knee. He just dropped the Booker knee. Grabbing the arm, tagging in Goldust. We're almost an hour into this show, which is kind of amazing. This is 2 hours 40, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got less than 2 hours left. We've got an hour and 50 left. That's all. And we've still got the big matches to come. Into the corner goes Gold. Wow, Goldust, man. Goldust got thrown into the corner, but he ended up going up and straight over the top. He went hard to the outside. I don't think he was meant to take that way. Christian driving Goldust into that barricade. And Goldust getting thrown back into the ring. Lance, 1, 2 with the pin, but not getting the 3. Stomping away on Goldust. Goldust in the wrong part of town right now. Booker T with the Booker knee. Chalmers says it's been 50 minutes already. Goes fast, doesn't it? I mean, these matches have been good. I mean, I don't think the matches have been, like, mind-blowing or anything like this, but I do think that this has been a solid show. If you compare it to, like, do you know what I mean, King Corbin versus Elias or something like this that we would have gotten in recent times. Like, we haven't really had any matches like that. These have been big names, you know. As we said earlier, 83% of the people on this card were all world champions at one point. It's incredible. 15 out of the 18 wrestlers that feature win a world title at some point. So it's a star-studded show. It's a stacked card. Kick out by Goldust. In comes Lance Storm. Days, what will the members only stream be? Well, we're not doing it until early August to give people a chance to join if they want to join. And I think the first one will just be kind of a bit of a chat just to establish what to do and see what people want to do. And if we end up doing a quick little watch along during that, we might watch an hour episode or something. I don't know. I mean, we'll just kind of go with the flow on that first one, but we'll do something like that. Which is going to be really interesting because obviously it's only going to be the members that will be on that. So you guys, your comments are going to be super visible if you're on that stream. And once we've kind of figured out what we're going to do, we'll do another one later in the month, which will be whatever watch along we've decided. So yeah, well, we'll do 2 in August. So... But we'll do the first one in early August, but we're not doing anything until people have had a chance to see if they want to join or not. But as I said, nothing will change. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, potentially NWA coming back, WrestleMania watch-alongs, old pay-per-view watch-alongs. Nothing will change. Kicks in the corner and Goldust going down. So Booker T was trying to get into the ring then, but it didn't really help his partner. I hope I'm not working that day, otherwise I'll be sad. 1, 2. Booker T coming in and breaking it up. The guy in the front row is still on his phone. Hey, there's that his green shirt guy there. I haven't been looking out for green shirt guy. In comes Christian. There's a fair few signs, but most of the signs are awful. Like the writing is like not spaced out very well, or it's quite small, so you can't quite read what it says. Or the ones that you can read just aren't that entertaining. Like, honestly, the New York crowd is very vocal, and they're hot, and it's fun, but they are not very good when it comes to signs. That's something that I've learned. That's a big thing I've learned watching this. Their sign game is just not up to point. Still better than what we get at the Performance Center, but Goldust trying to get the crowd fired up as he's trying to get up and over to Booker T. Trying to make that hot tag. Crawling over, but Christian dragging him back, holding onto the leg. Lance Storm round. grabs the leg of Booker T, and Booker T is chasing Lance Storm, and Goldust has got to the corner, and Booker wasn't there. Classic. And now the ref is dealing with Booker T, Lance and Christian with chairs. I don't understand. Why can the ref not see what's going on? Why can the ref not see that chairs are getting involved and all this? That's what really bugs me about this kind of spot, is the refs look so stupid. Like, how hard is it for him to deal with Booker and just turn his head and see what's happening behind him? Booker's like, ref, they're using chairs. All he's got to do is turn around. But it's like, no, I don't believe you. I'm dealing with you right now. I can't look behind me because I've got to deal with you. Big back body drop. Booker T is in. Jamie Todd says, I'd recommend doing a video to explain it before. I'd recommend doing a video to explain it before. What do you mean, dude? A video to explain it. Explain what? What's it? It's a film about a clown, I know that. But, what do you mean? What do you mean? Down goes Christian. Big strike. Shoulder up by Christian. Do you mean the membership thing? Is that what you mean? The join-in thing? There is a video on that. It's, if you actually click on the join button, then you can see the video. So there is a video for that. Oh, Lance Storm collides and the ref goes down. Kick to the midsection by Booker T. I didn't really like that either, to be honest. But both of the wrestlers were both just kind of crouching down, just waiting for Booker T to kick them in the back of the head. I know you have to kind of suspend logic a little bit when it comes to wrestling. Spinneroonie. Nice kick by Booker, but the ref's down. We need Bayley. We need Bayley to come down with a ref shirt. Booker going over, trying to wake up, revive the ref. Shout out. Also, what is your favourite entrance great action figure? I seem to recall the Elias was good. I would have said the Undertaker, but they are re-releasing it. I think it's a little bit different. But I did love the Undertaker entrance great because it was based on his debut at Survivor Series, but they are redoing that figure. And I think, well, $1 Million Man. They did $1 Million Man in the black suit, but they're redoing that figure as well. Americans picking up the win. It was a pretty standard tag team match. That's why I hate some of the AEW spots, like the Canadian Destroyer from the ropes. It's a good idea, but it does look a little bit stupid. Dave's random question. What's your favourite SummerSlam logo? That's a good question. I mean, like, I always like the classic one. Not a big fan of this one. The one that they've got for 2002. I'm trying to think what the current one is, and I think it's all right. This one was okay. This one was okay. Okay, we're at WWE World. What am I watching? What is this? Yeah, you like that, boy? No wonder that it closed. Do you know what I mean? Okay, we're back with Steph and Eric. We'll see who's on top later. Miss Cam 1, shout out to you, my friend. Ryan Reynolds says, Days, I ordered the Pete Dunne Series 75. And I also got the Finn Balor Ultimate. That's amazing. That's an incredible figure. Right, we're moving on. Days, check my comment above. Days, where is my congratulations? What for, dude? What for? I don't know what I'm congratulating you for. Right, Chris Benoit. I think, is this Benoit against RVD? Think in the ring. This is the Intercontinental Championship match. Is the IC belt blurred? Looked to me like the IC belt was blurred a little bit. One of a kind. Days, if you saw my last comment, you'd know what I was talking about. Oh, I didn't. Or not that I can recall seeing. They blurred the IC belt. Yeah, I just thought that. It must have been because of WWF logo. RVD making his way down. RVD always had fun ring attire. So RVD getting into the ring. I loved his entrance music, man. One of a kind. So Benoit in red tights. This is for the Intercontinental Championship. Nice calf kick to start us off there by Rob Van Dam. I was wondering why it was blurred. It was blurred because it still had WWF logo. Yeah, you got to get the F out. Get the F out. They might have been trying to blur the nameplate. No, I think it's the WWF logo. Yeah, very stiff kicks by Rob Van Dam and Benoit outside the ring. Days, are you going to check my comment? I went back and you just kept saying the same thing. See you later, Lee. They probably meant to blur Benoit's face, but they botched it. He's grabbed hold of that kick and he's managed to take down, single leg takedown by Benoit, who puts on the crossface. But Rob Van Dam's managed to get to one knee. I don't know I can't remember how many matches are on this. I feel like we're getting through the matches at quite a quick pace. Smith's Grove says Benoit was one of the best true pure wrestlers. The thing about Benoit, and they were saying this in that Dark Side of the Ring documentary, he very much had a passion for wrestling. I mean, like, genuinely loved wrestling. Wrestling was his life. His legacy meant everything to him. And he just loved wrestling. He loved the art of it. So, I mean, you know, it's an absolute tragedy what happened, and completely undid everything that he achieved. Because I don't know about you guys, but I just can't watch a Benoit match anymore. I mean, I'm watching this and I'm still thinking about what the incident. I'm still thinking about what happened. I just don't think you can separate them, you know. I certainly can't get lost in a Benoit match now. Elbow drop by Benoit. Monica King says, rest in peace, Benoit and Eddie. Chalmers says, I want another match that started like Kane versus Brock. Days, I sent it again. Days, are you going to check my comment? Days, I sent it again. Where have you put it, dude? Or as I saw was it says, are you going to check my comment? And then you said, Days, I've sent it again. Goldberg is great. If he was never in wrestling, it would have been boring. Goldberg brought excitement to wrestling, and without Goldberg, there would be no Gilberg. Well, yeah, we do have to thank him for that. You are right. You are right. See, wrestling, I feel really bad for Chris's son, David. He idolizes his dad and even wants to wrestle with the Chris Benoit name. After everything, he doesn't understand the reason why that's a bad idea. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. That was with an interview with, was it Chris Van Vliet that he spoke about that? Yeah. Yeah. Hard thing to process, though, isn't it? I should imagine. Oh, here we go. Days, me and Eva Marie are getting married. Can you give me congratulations? Congratulations. There you go. Are you happy now? Congratulations on your marriage to the already married Eva Marie. David Paul says, R.I.P. woman, a.k.a. Nancy Benoit, who was also formerly Kevin Sullivan's wife. Inside Cradle by RVD. Chalmers says, it's probably the one that said WDF and Eva will get married. Yes. Nice flip. Clothesline. Down goes RVD. Bit of blood around the mouth of Benoit. Kick to the back of the head. This for the Intercontinental Championship. Ryan says, it's such a tragedy. I wish his brain could have been studied. He had serious damage. He did, yeah, he did. Into the corner goes RVD, big boot. And Chris Benoit goes down. RVD flips. Oh, knees up. Knees up by Benoit. Did have it scouted. Here we go, Benoit. Looking to put RVD away. So Benoit going to the outside. Looking to go up top. The flying head. But even that. Even watching that now, you're like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't do a flying headbutt. Please. Here we go, RVD. Looking for a frog splash, but no one home. I'm so glad that we know a bit more now, you know? We know the damage that can be done with headbutts and flying headbutts. Crossface by Benoit. There's someone that does headbutts in wrestling now, which surprises me. I can't remember who does it, but... Oh, who is it? Who does headbutts in WWE? They don't really connect with them, in all fairness. I think, is it Drew? I think it might be Drew. I think Drew McIntyre does headbutts. And every time he does it, I'm like, no, I don't really like it. Jamie Todd says, what I meant was make a video to make people aware of the members stream maybe a week before, and then they'll be fully aware of it. Oh, well, the members will be told. Yeah, I'm not going to just do it and drop it on them. Yes. Yeah, shout out to you, Jamie. I will. I will let people know. I'll put up a post and say, like, next week, this time, this date. I haven't figured out when it's going to be yet. I know that it won't be till August. I want to give people a chance to sign up if they want to. Yeah, I know it won't be till early August. But, yeah, people will get a good week's notice or so. Wow! RVD on the top gets pushed to the outside, collides into the barricade. And Benoit jumps out and goes after him. Jerry Smith says, Days, Benoit's death is why WWE does not do headshots anymore. Yes. You're right. I've not seen a headbutt other than Drew in a while. The Glasgow Kiss, says Elaine. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is what it's called, isn't it? Right, let me give you Dave Meltzer's star ratings that we've for what we've had so far. So Kurt Angle, Ray Mysterio, 3.75. Ric Flair versus Chris Jericho, 2.75. Edge versus Eddie, 3.25. Anything around 3.5 is good. So, yeah, these are all pretty good. Ric Flair, Jericho, a little bit below where you'd want it to be. Christian and Lance Storm, the Un-Americans against Booker T and Goldust, 3 stars. And I can tell you this match gets 3.5. Still to come, we've only got 3 matches after this. That's it. We've got Undertaker versus Test. So Undertaker versus Test, that's our next match. Then we've got the incredible Shawn Michaels Triple H. And then we finish off with Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. So that's it. We've got this Intercontinental Championship match. And then just after this, there's 3 matches left. Undertaker versus Test. Shawn Michaels Triple H. Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. So, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Because you know that it's only going to keep getting better from here. I think Drew hits them with his hair and head to cheek to be on the safe side. I think doesn't he get his hand up as well? I think doesn't he kind of technically headbutts his own hand. The IC belt is blurred. Yes. Okay. Knee to the back by Benoit. Straight jacket. Yeah. He's got a straight jacket applied. So Benoit in control. The denim fight coming up soon, says Spark. Here we go. RVD, the crowd are getting involved now. RVD chant breaking out. RVD reversing that straight jacket. Firing in some kicks to the back of Benoit. Down goes RVD. It's a good move. Not a fan of the Glasgow Kiss, says Mason Spencer. Leg sweep. Down goes Benoit. Days, who do you think will take the title from Drew? Well, lots of rumours that Randy is his next opponent, and I think he'd stand a good chance. Crossface applied by Benoit. Yeah, Rob Van Dam in trouble here. Look at his forearms. Look at Benoit's forearms. You see the veins popping out of his forearms. Rob Van Dam managing to get out of it. He gets pinned though. Kick out at 2. Days Batista should be in the Hall of Fame next year. I'm not sure. I think that if they're going to go to Hollywood, I think Batista goes in this year. Isn't Batista in this year? I think, is he in the class of... Do you know, I can't remember this year's class, but something in my head is telling me Batista is this year. Hall of Fame 2020, Batista, yeah. So that should mean he's headlining it with the NWO. So that should mean that we get The Rock next year. Because The Rock is Hollywood, isn't he? And he's got to go in. And surely there's not a better time than when you're doing WrestleMania in Hollywood. So knee strike coming in by Benoit. He's got the arm around the back. Lovely. It's like a Northern Lights. Northern Lights suplex. But it's a slight variation. And again, he puts on the crossface. All I can remember is Batista, NWO, and Liger, Bellas, I remember them, and Bulldog, of course. Don't never forget the British Bulldog. Days, Drew hits headbutts on the person's shoulder. It's nowhere near the person's head. Yeah, I still don't like it. Every time he does it, I'm still like, ugh. Will Hall of Famers this year be moved to next year? The rumor was they were going to do it at SummerSlam, but there's not a crowd at SummerSlam. So I don't know if they're going to do it at SummerSlam. They might wait for Survivor Series. It's hard to pay attention to Benoit match now. Yeah. Moda alert. Shout out to you, dude. Shout out to Moda. Angelo says, is Brock returning? That was the rumor that Brock would come back at SummerSlam this year, but apparently not. RVD has reversed this crossface. I mean, yeah, I will admit I am just waiting for this match to end. I'm sure that if I was like not watching it, thinking about, you know, the Benoit stuff, the baggage, the incident, whatever you want to call it, then maybe I could get lost in the match a little bit more, but I can't. I just can't. So yeah, I'm just waiting to get this done, get onto the Undertaker match, then get onto those big main events. Rob Van Dam, springboard with a back kick. And Benoit goes down. Who will win the Rumble? I think a lot of people are feeling Adam Cole for the Rumble, aren't they? That's what most... Who do you think will win the Rumble? Put it in the chat. Who do you think is going to win the Rumble? Nice spinning kick by RVD. I think Alex... Well, you know, I read... I don't know who wrote this article, but apparently Vince isn't feeling Aleister Black. Vince thinks that there's something missing. And apparently Vince doesn't really care for his entrance anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen with Aleister Black, but seemingly they're not pulling the trigger on him like we wanted. Aleister's in danger of falling into that Cesaro section. And you don't want to be in the Cesaro section. Shoulder up by Benoit. Aleister Black, says James. Aleister, says Ryan. I wouldn't bet on it, not by what this article was saying. Adam Cole. Braun versus Goldberg. No thanks. Matt Riddle. Nia Jax. Edge or Adam Cole. Finn Balor. The Rock could face Roman at WrestleMania. Yeah, that would be cool. I heard that as well, says General Snotty Notty. Maybe Matt Riddle for the Rumble, says C. Morgan. Aleister Black, Matt Riddle, or Bray Wyatt. The Fiend, after we see other personas. Yeah, do you think we will? Do you think we'll get the three faces of Wyatt? Big frog splash. RVD. 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's done. RVD wins. And Eric Bischoff is celebrating backstage. I like that. Rob Van Dam has just wrestled this match. He's laid down and he's out. And as he says, as the Fink announces Rob Van Dam, he goes, Rob Van Dam. He's still, what little energy he's got left, is able to muster the hand gesture. He rolls out the ring. He holds up the IC title. I like that. It's isn't it funny how when it comes to wrestling, it is just little things like that. Like, one of my favorite things I've seen on this show is what Ric Flair did by, you know, really showing how much that figure 4 hurt, and then moments later putting it on. And then that little Rob Van Dam thing I thought was really good as well. It's just these little subtle things that really make wrestling. You can watch the Intercontinental Championship now on Raw. Steph looks at Eric and laughs and walks away. Right. Undertaker test coming up next. I wonder if RVD and ECW ever wrestled not stoned. So have we got some more un-American stuff? Da, 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 da. Yeah, the un-Americans again. RIP test. Yeah. The Freebirds, Von Erich's feud in WCCW was awesome. Days, could Benoit or Owen ever go into the Hall of Fame? Well, not Benoit. Owen they would put in if they're allowed, but his wife doesn't want them to. I was trying to think, what should I call her? Widow, but I was like, that doesn't feel right. His widow. Didn't feel right to say that. So I went with wife. But that's what my brain was thinking. As a kid, I didn't like American Badass. I missed the Dead Man. Yeah, I think WWE felt the same. I don't think WWE ever really wanted the real American. But by this point, The Undertaker had so much influence and he, had such a relationship with Vince that he was able to kind of convince them this was the way forward. So I think it was very much an Undertaker thing. Undertaker's actually said he wanted to do American Badass even longer. But WWE were like, no, we need to go back to Dead Man. It's time. So he comes back as the Dead Man at WrestleMania 20. So that wouldn't be for a good year and a half after this. Maybe close to 2 years after this. 3 matches left, yes. James Chadwick says, Days, I'd like to see Bianca Belair win the women's. That's a good shout. Dead Man Walking. Yeah, I will admit it's not as good. I think it had its place, though. It definitely had its place. But it's not as good. Owen Hart's wife lets him be in the hall. She said she won't. I mean, again, that was on a dark side of the ring thing, wasn't it? That she said, why would she want a company that she blames for his death? Why would she want to let a company that she feels took him away from her? I mean, you don't realize like how bad the situation was. I mean, the hook that was holding him was only meant to hold, was it like 6 pounds or something? Like the hook is actually designed to automatically release itself when it goes over a certain weight. And that weight is something stupid like 6 pounds or something. It's just completely the wrong piece of equipment. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning that a company that would specialize in, do you know what I mean? They brought in a proper company to lower Owen down. And it's stunning that a company like that would be that negligent. So, but she blames, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that WWE's fault? They went out and, got a company to do it, but she seems to think that they got a cheap company. A company that really didn't know what they were doing, and so she blames WWE. So She's like, why would I want them to put him into their Hall of Fame? She hates him. Right, anyway, doom and gloom. Here we are with Undertaker versus Test. And yeah, it's not quite the same, is it? American Badass, dead man walking. As having the dead man out there. Jumps over the top, nice. Hip toss. Dead man walking. I can't remember this entrance. Dead man walking. Days, I think Mattel left Huskus out so that they can do a Muscle Man Bray. That makes sense. I also think we will get a Firefly Funhouse playset that will have them all in. And maybe they'll do, I don't know, a better Firefly Funhouse Bray. At the moment, it's going to be a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. I know there's a lot of Bray fans on this channel that join us. So, yeah, just be aware that the puppets and the Funhouse Bray figure, that's Ringside Collectibles exclusive. So you'll need to keep an eye out on there. And that figure, I mean, honestly, if it's going to have, like, really cool packaging, I could see that figure selling out, and I could see that figure going for a high resale value on eBay. But I think ultimately they will release a playset that will be... I think they'll release the Bootios. I always talk about that Bootios. I never have it to hand. I don't know where it is. But they did a Bootios box for the New Day. I could see them doing like that for the Funhouse, so that the box is the Funhouse and then the figures are the puppets. Maybe you get the TV as well, which would be really cool. Maybe you get the table for Mercy and the TV for Ramblin' Rabbit, and you get like a Bray and puppet. I could 100% see them doing that. 100% see them doing that, because that would sell, man, so well. If you was to put in a Funhouse Bray and a Fiend figure into that, charge like $30, or £30, $29.99. I think that would sell. Have it as the same as like an Epic Moments, however much Epic Moments were. If they can do that, man, that's just a license to print money, isn't it? But there is a Fiend Ultimate Edition figure on the way, which looks amazing. Really does look very, very impressive. That could be one of the best ever figures. Undertaker gets hurled into the corner. Test is in control. Why did Owen never go to WCW? I think he was still under contract, so he wasn't able to like just up and leave. And then WWE promised him a lot of stuff. They were like, look, it's really regrettable what happened with Brett. We're going to try and push you. We're going to try and make you the main event star now. And, you know, it didn't really pan out. It didn't really go that way. I mean, don't forget, it was, a year and a half after Montreal Screwjob that he passed away. So I don't know if they ever would have put him where they promised. I think they tried a few things and it didn't really work. But, yeah, that's why he never went. Knee to the midsection of The Undertaker by Test. Clothesline. Undertaker goes down. That Funhouse Bray figure is awful. Yes, it absolutely is. Days, could you see the Great Khali, Giant Gonzalez, or the Boogeyman go into the Hall of Fame? Maybe. Not Giant Gonzalez. He didn't do enough. Great Khali, was he a world champion? I think he was, wasn't he? Boogeyman, maybe. I don't think, I mean, for me, out of all of those, I feel like the Great Khali. Let's have a look. Great Khali. I think he was. I think he was world heavyweight champion. Which, in all fairness, WWE don't really care for as much as the WWE Championship. Yeah, he's a one-time world heavyweight champion, so there's maybe an argument for it. I could, yeah, I mean, the impact that he wrestled in WCW, he wrestled in New Japan, he was in WWE for a little while, he was in WWE for, good, what, 6 years, 7 years, something like that. I think out of all of those names you mentioned, Great Khali would be the one that I would say should go in. That Funhouse Bray figure looks more like Bo than Bray, but that pretty much makes sense. Butterspark says, I'm excited for the co-main event. Yes. If Owen had lived, would he have won a world title? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that with... if he'd have stuck around, you had Triple H in his prime. You still had The Rock around. They took a chance on Eddie. And they took a chance on Chris Benoit. Could they have taken a chance on Owen? Maybe. Could they have given him a World Heavyweight Championship run if he was still around in the 2002, 2003? Maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to say. Would he have still been in WWE 4 years later? He might have got frustrated and just left. I don't know. I think they had a real chance to have done a feud and really, done something with him in 98, what with Brett having left. But it didn't. They tried a few things and it didn't work. So you'd have to look at that and think, well, would they really then have tried again? Don't know. Undertaker starting to come back into this match now, but Lance Storm has come running down. Here's Christian. So 3-on-1 right now. Undertaker collides into... He's got one in each corner. He's running back and forth. We're kind of sneaking our way towards the final hour here. Big choke slam by the Undertaker. Boom. Is Bob Backlund in the Hall of Fame? I hope so. Do you know, off the top of my head, I don't know. I'll have a look. Yeah, I think he is. I'm trying to think if I've recalled seeing his induction speech. I think he is. He is. He went in 2013. Amazingly. This is amazing because I wouldn't have said this. I really wouldn't have said this, actually. Bob Backlund is a 4-time WWF or WWWF champion. 4-time. I wouldn't have said that. When was he a 4-time champion? I would have said 2, maybe 3. Undertaker. Tombstone to test. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker wins. Not a great match at all, that one, in all fairness. Yeah, I'm kind of blown away by that. Apparently a 4-time WWE champion, Bob Backlund. So, Tombstone by The Undertaker. I can tell you that Dave Meltzer was also not that impressed. He gave that match 2.25. Undertaker in the crowd, though. Where's he going? Oh, he's gone to grab the Stars and Stripes. Undertaker grabbing a Stars and Stripes, and he almost accidentally holds it upside down. That's a good shot, isn't it? That's a cool shot. Undertaker on the top, holding up the Stars and Stripes, and the camera behind. You can see all the crowd. You can see the Undertaker standing there. He's got the flag the right way as well for that shot. And that shot just looked really cool. If I was an American wrestling fan, that might be a shot that I would have on a wall. I think that shot looked really, really cool. Very good. I can tell you, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, 4.25 stars next. This next match is sweet as. Sweet like chocolate, this next match. Birth of American Badass. We've got Shawn Michaels versus Trips. Undertaker jumps onto the bike. So this next match is non-sanctioned. Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Shawn Michaels been away for 4 years. This is one of the big reasons why we are watching this show. In fact, there's 2 reasons we're watching this show, and it's the next 2 matches. So Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in an unsanctioned match. And then after this, we got Rock versus Brock. So here we go, 1997. This is going to be a good video package as well, giving us the history. HBK versus Triple H. Was HBK returned to the ring in 4 years, says Amir. You are correct. Moda says, Days, do you remember Backlund had a run in the 90s? And I think he won the title once or twice. Honestly, if you'd have asked me, I would have said Backlund won it once in the early 80s. Late 70s, early 80s. I think he held it for about 4 years. I want to say it was like 78 to 82, maybe 79 to 83. This is all off the top of my head, right? So I would have said that, and I would have said that he then won it maybe twice in the 90s. I remember his runs not being that iconic. I remember him getting buried by Diesel in like 7 seconds at a house show, and he lost the title. So yeah, I remember. I would have said maybe twice in the 90s. Honestly, I think I only thought that he was twice champ. Once in the 80s, once in the 90s. So I really do want to, afterwards, have a look and see when were those 4 title reigns. Here we are anyway. Look, I'm getting distracted. We've got Shawn Michaels backstage. He's had his head put through the side of a car. Someone jumped me from behind. Triple H says, I'm going to find out who did this to you. That person is a marked man. And Shawn says, it was you, Hunter. And look at the smile on his face. You are weak. You are vulnerable. I'll be 100% by SummerSlam. Eric says, I'm not going to sanction that match. This is good, man. This is a good video package. That's quite brutal. I really like the way they did that. I like the CCTV footage. I like the fact that it was all blurry, and then they managed to enhance it, and you could clearly see that it was Triple H. It was done really well. And like the kind of rock music that they've got in the background of this, that's cool as well. They should go back. They should go back to that. What? I don't know why they don't. Is it because rock's dead? Is it because there's no rock bands anymore? I don't believe that's true. NXT does it, doesn't it? NXT does a good job of that. Their ethos is very metal and heavy rock. HBK is dead, says Triple H. It's going to be good, man. It was Triple H. Oh my God, this is such a great storyline. Dave in Real Life says, some friend Triple H turned out to be. It's true. This is why WWE needs to go back to using rock music. Yeah, man. Absolutely. It's good, isn't it? Oh, here he is. Look, we're starting with HBK. 4 years away. We've got confetti cannons and pyro. This is unsanctioned. There's and he is, as you said, in denim. This is an unsanctioned just fight. There's a lot of confetti here. So, what does his t-shirt say? I think his t-shirt, is it a Bible reference? 4:15. Philippines, is it? What is that? What's that a reference to? Do you know, I've never Googled it. I've never questioned it. Philippines 4:15? Is he trying to be the new Stone Cold? Because that's not going to catch... Well, I know for a fact it doesn't catch on. Right, he's taking off his entrance attire. He's got jeans on and cowboy boots and a white vest top. Yeah, Philippines 4:15. What does it? What is that? What does Philippines 4.5 say? 4:15. Well, look, Philippines 4.5 is let your greatness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Let your responsibility illness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Time to play the game. I wanna find out what that is though. 4:15. I'm gonna work this out. Well, say work it out. Here we go. What does Philippines 4:15 mean? Oh, no, it's all wordy. It's all wordy and not easy to understand. Philippines 4:15 is moreover, as you Philippines know, in the early days of your acquaintance with the gospel, when I set out from Macedonia, not one church shared with me in the matter of giving and receiving except you only. So make of that whatever you will. And you Philippines yourselves know that in the beginning of the gospel, when I left Macedonia, no church entered into partnership with me in giving and receiving except you only. So what is he saying there? What is he saying? No one helped me but you. That's basically what it means. No one helped me but you. When I left Macedonia, no church shared with me in the matter of giving or receiving except you alone. That's what 4:15 means. Philippines 4:15. No church helped me except for you. But who's he saying that to? Is he saying it as a Easter egg to Triple H? Is he saying it as a message to the crowd? That's really interesting. I don't know why he's wore that. Church days? Yes. Church days. Oh, it's 4:13. Oh, I thought it was 4... Okay. Let's have a look then. Philippines. I thought it was 4:15. But this might make a bit more sense. Here we go. This might make a bit more sense. Guys, we're not going to bother with wrestling. We're just going to go through the Bible. Sit back. Okay, here we go. This makes more sense. Here we go. Philippines 4:13. says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So there we go. That makes a lot more sense. Nothing about churches. Nothing about Macedonia. Yeah. No hidden subliminal messages. Like, who is he saying this to? Is he saying that Triple H, you've always been there for me? How can we break this? No, it's none of that. It was the wrong one. It is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippines 413 is the new Austin 316. Sorry, Austin 316, if you are in the chat. Sorry, mate, you're out of date. You're old news. You're old gospel. We're all about new gospel. The new gospel says, Philippines, it might be old gospel, I don't know. Philippines 413, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm all about that Philippines 413 life. There you go. If a wrestling fan is ever, all lost in 316 in your face, just counteract it with Philippines 413. Yeah. A Shawn Michaels spear. Right, we're underway. Anyway, Shawn Michaels throwing in a trash can. We don't get good video packages like that anymore. It's true. It is true. That was a great video package. Jerry Smith says, Bible days. Days, have you got the Undertaker figure that Kane? No, unfortunately not, no. HBK still rules is a sign in the crowd. HBK outside of the ring. So Triple H has made his way down. I was just getting stuck into the Bible. Just doing some hardcore Bible work. Clothesline, down goes Triple H. How long have we got? We're well under the hour mark now. We've got just over 50 minutes left of this show. So this match just beginning. And we've still got Rock versus Brock. Shawn climbing up top. And double axe handle. Triple H goes down. Biblical days. Days, when will we end Total Divas? We will end Total Divas. We will. I don't know when, but we will. Days is the Sunday Night Messiah. The Sunday Night Messiah. Backbreaker by Triple H. The ref just checking if he wants to give up. I can't. That was good. The ref says, do you want to give up? And Shawn was like, I can't. That was cool. Welcome to some intense Bible study with Wrestling Days. It's true, man. He's looking for another backbreaker again. Oh, man, Shawn is such a great seller. His selling is so impressive. The pain that is etched all across his face. Michaels 413. Super chat. Super chat. I saw it. I read it. Jennifer, I agree. We don't get good video packages like it anymore. Completely agree. That was a great video package. I can't even remember if they do. I don't even know if they do good ones with NXT. I can't remember. I feel like NXT is probably best place to do those great video packages because they do have that heavy rock metal kind of identity that you don't tend to get with the main roster. But either way, I can't remember. And the fact I can't remember kind of suggests that they don't. But no, yeah, Jennifer, I completely agree. Into the corner goes Shawn. And crotch chop by Triple H. Shawn goes down. Wasn't HBK out that long because he broke his back? Yeah, he was out for 4 years, and that he had his wrestling school, and that's when he was training Daniel Bryan. More elbows to the lower back. 1, 2, kick out by Shawn. I feel like I've broken my back, says Happy Pug Queen. Okay, Triple H grabbing a chair, sliding into the ring. Here we go. Straight across the back again. There's a lot of targeting of that lower back by Triple H. And JR says HBK's face tells the story. Shoulder up by Shawn. Jerry Lawler says, I wonder if Shawn's doing the right thing by kicking out. It would be better off for his family if this would just end. Strikes to the midsection by Shawn, who's on his knees. He's trying to get up to his feet, and he does. Knee to the midsection by Triple H, who's got Shawn up. Shawn lands on his feet. Against the rope goes Triple H. Roll up by Shawn. 2. Shawn Michaels against the ropes. Big right hand. And again. Triple H against the ropes. No, got caught. I do like this. I like the fact that Shawn is struggling in the early stages. He's been out for 4 years. The fact that this is a street fight, I think, is very clever. Because, you know, if it's a straight-up wrestling match, he would be rusty. So the fact that it's a street fight kind of helps him. But I like the fact that he's struggling. DDT by Triple H onto a chair. 1, 2. Shoulder up again by Shawn. And we got a bit of blood. We got a bit of colour. We had quite a bit of blood on UFC last night. Triple H taking the leather belt. Oh, whipping. Whipping Shawn Michaels with it. Triple H whipping Shawn, and again. Brutal. Shawn's entrance, no knee drop yet. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things in Christ who strengthened me. Danelle says, I still can't believe DX reformed in 2006 after Triple H turned on Shawn in 2002 and this epic match. I've always thought, though, that there's something quite cleansing about, I mean, not that I would know, right? This isn't coming from a place of knowledge, but I would imagine that if you really hate someone, having a fight, getting it out of your system is quite cleansing. Like, I can understand why you would have a match and a rivalry like this, but I can understand why you would be friends after. Because, I mean, like, you hate someone to the point where you want to beat them up, you want to physically hurt them. Well, if you've done that, if you've got that out of your system, I should imagine that's quite a cleansing thing. I think basically what I'm saying is that if you've got a problem with someone, honestly, make sure that you punch them in the face, because you're going to feel so much better after. So much better. If there's any kids watching, yeah, that's how you deal with your problems. If there's any kids watching, it's a really healthy way forward. Just, you know, if you see someone in the street and they just slightly annoy you, just go and punch them in the face. Also, fun fact, definitely don't do that. Kick to the midsection by Shawn Michaels. Triple H has gone and grabbed Sledgy. He's gone and grabbed old Sledgy McGrew. But he's slumped down in the corner. Shawn Michaels firing a big right hand. Shawn hard into the turnbuckle. An abdominal stretch. Moda. Jerry says, Days, what a stream. We're getting to talk about Gronk and the Bible. That sounds like a comedy film, doesn't it? Is there anything in the cinema? Well, there's the new Toy Story and that new comedy, Gronk and the Bible. Might be all right. I think Rob Gronkowski kind of retells the story of Jesus. I might skip it. I could see that being a series of films. Do you remember, like, the Ernest films? I haven't seen the Ernest films in forever. In fact, a lot of you might be going, what are the Ernest films? But I remember loving them. As, oh my God, I need to watch the Ernest films. I need to watch the Ernest films again, and like National Lampoon and things like that. I could see Gronk doing different films. Gronk goes to Canada. Gronk goes dating. Gronk and the Bible. I can just see it as a whole series. They could do like 50... No one would watch them. But they could do like a whole series. Gronk goes shopping. Gronk milks a cow. Gronk owns a farm. Strike to midsection by Triple H. I didn't read this from Moda anyway. Moda says Backlund wasn't a 4-time champ. He was a 2-time champ. Are you telling me that Wikipedia has lied? But he also held the tag titles with Pedro Morales for a total of 4 times. Well, it says on Wikipedia, 4-time WWF champion. I can't believe it. Don't you tell me that Wikipedia is lying. Don't you tell me that, Moda. And Shawn goes crashing down onto that top. Monica says, well, in this case, Triple H and Shawn were best friends even if they get into an entanglement, then they can find themselves back. Is that what this is? This is what we're watching right now. This is an entanglement. Wasn't that a Disney film? They should just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Right. Triple H has got, welcome to wrestling. Triple H has got Shawn. He's got a chair set up. He's got a chair set up. That spot is brutal. He just sidewalk slams Shawn Michaels through a chair that was set up. And the chair, the bit you sit on, is now all bent out of shape. It's Moody. 2. Kick out by Shawn. 1, 2. Kick out by Shawn. Bad gold! And look at this. Triple H is having to try and stomp that chair back into shape. That was moody, man. I need to DM you this verse. I saw the main line of the verse. Is it like a whole big verse, is it? But Spark says, great match and storytelling. What's your favourite storyline in WWE? 1, 2. Well, maybe the McMahon and Stone Cold. I mean, that was such an important storyline. I can't imagine wrestling without that story. I can't imagine the whole Austin McMahon storyline not existing. Actually, they're both New Testament. Respect. Sorry to burst your bubble, but Wikipedia is full of lies. Unbelievable. Jerry Smith says, this is wrestling. Wrestling Days fan says, Days, are you excited for Raw? Am I? I don't know. I feel like I should be. But I can't say I'm overly excited. Why am I not overly excited? I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to Raw, and it's not a go-home, so yeah. But I can't remember what's on. Oh, Asuka Sasha. Yeah, I am excited for that. Asuka Sasha for the women's title. Hopefully we just get that cleared up and Asuka gets the belt back. Low blow by HBK. The crowd chanting HBK as we're approaching the final 40 minutes. This match is literally just Triple H working on Shawn's lower back. Triple H with a chair going over. Super kick! Shawn super kicks the chair right into the face of Triple H. Shawn down and the selling by Shawn. This is what people don't do well anymore. You don't see people selling that well anymore. Dave's Wikipedia didn't lie. You read it wrong. Don't tell me I read it wrong. I'm going back. I'm going back. I won't be accused of lying. I swear it said 4-time champ. Man, I must be really tired. Because as I say, I was really surprised by it. And I swear that I kept looking at it. Wow, that's freaked me out. I think, has someone changed it? I'd love to be able to see when the last time was that someone edited it. I'd love to know that. I'd love to know if someone's just changed it. Because I swear I looked at it and it said 4 times. Did I see something else then? Was there anything that said 4 times? Why would I look at 2 times and think it said 4 times? Something not right. I'm going to stand by there's something not right. I really don't think I would look at that and think that it said 4 times when it says 2 times. But I know the difference between a 2 and a 4. And there's not even a 4 that's around for me to confuse it with. So I'm either really tired. Last night's UFC show has either really frazzled me or that's been edited. More likely that I'm frazzled. But yeah, madness. Well, there we go. At least Wikipedia is back to where it needs to be. I did feel that it was right. I mean, I did keep saying 4 times. I wouldn't have said 4 times. Takes a special kind of person to misread something and then question it. Do you know what I mean? It says 4 times, but I'm sure he wasn't 4 times, chap. It's because it doesn't say 4 times. Yeah, but I'm sure he wasn't 4 times. Yeah, because it doesn't say 4 times. Yes, but you're not listening to me. Yeah, because you're not listening to me. I'm now having an argument with myself. Right, we're outside the ring here. I think this is Shawn Michaels Triple H. I'm not too sure. Don't take my word for it. Anything could be happening right now. This could be Sasha Banks Bayley for all I know. But I'm just seeing Triple H and Shawn Michaels. We're outside the ring anyway. Shawn running around. Oh, nice running bulldog onto the ring steps. Blood coming down the face of Triple H. This match really going through the gears now. Shawn grabbing a ladder. We're getting some tasty parts in this. Shawn with a ladder. It's a nice callback in it. I think he's saying, do you remember me? Do you remember this? Smile on his face. He's got the ladder. Charging forward, smashing it in the face of Triple H. Here we go. He's got it over the midsection of Triple H, driving it into the ribs. See Wrestling says, pull his eye out. Yeah! Eye out, eye out, eye out. Get the eye out. That should have been the build for Extreme Rules. They should have played on Get the F Out. Get the eye out. Horror show at Extreme Rules. Get the eye out. Moda says Days has an Ultimate Edition Boogeyman figure idea been put out there. I think it could be on a par with Finn Balor. It hasn't. They've done a Boogeyman and it was brilliant. And to be honest, they don't need an Ultimate Edition because I don't know that they would be able to improve on. In fact, I've got it here. I'll grab it while Shawn tries to pin Triple H. It's really good. Unfortunately, I haven't got his accessories, but it came with a little clock that was breakable and a really cool. I mean, look at that face scan. That is a real. I'm the boogeyman. It's really good, isn't it? I mean, I don't think that they could make a better one than that. It's really good. Really, really good. Dave in Real Life says, interesting fact, there's no female matches on this. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I miss the ladies. Big strike on the outside. Blood all down the face of Triple H. Shawn Michaels getting thrown back into the ring. Triple H with a crimson mask. Michaels getting up. Big strike. And again. Michaels going up looking for a superplex. Can he get it? He can. Big superplex by Shawn. 1, 2. Shoulder up by Triple H. Man, we've seen sledgehammers, ladders, chairs, stairs. Against the ropes goes Shawn. Round the back looking for... Nice takedown. That was good work too. Rolls back against the ropes. Knee strike by Triple H. Shawn Michaels down. 2. Shoulder up by Shawn. JR says Shawn Michaels is off the page. It's really good. It's a really good match. Triple H outside the ring. Grabbing the top part of the ring steps. So Triple H with the top part of the ring steps. Going to look to smash this into the face, into the head of Shawn. But Shawn with a drop toe takedown, and it's actually Triple H that goes face first into those steps. Triple H against the ropes, clothesline by Shawn. Triple H, Triple H up over the top, but he lands onto a ladder that was just lying outside the ring. Could have got a nasty, nasty injury then. Shawn setting up a table. Next live stream, Over the Limit 2012. That was a really good pay-per-view, says WWE Fan 14. Shawn was so good at near falls, says Heather. Days, have you seen the little bit of bubbly figure from Walmart? Yes, Michael, yeah, looks good. See you later, Angelo. Thanks for stopping by, bud. We are about half an hour away from the end. About half an hour away from the end. Shawn with a fire extinguisher, smashing it into the face of Triple H. Triple H on top of a table. So much stuff under that ring. Shawn climbing up. Here we go. Shawn on top. Triple H on a table. Big crossbody. And that table breaks into 3. JR says if pinfalls were to count anywhere, this one would be over, but sadly not. This has been an amazing match, says J14. This is awesome, says John. See Wrestling says, look how dirty Shawn's jeans have gotten. Yeah, it's cool, and they're all like blood stained. Shawn, Triple H rolling into the ring. Shawn going round. He's grabbing the ladder. Cheer from the crowd. Shawn setting ladder up. Yeah, this was one night only, apparently. He was coming back just for this. They didn't know, like, what condition he was in or how much he was going to be able to compete. So this was a one and done. One night only. Shawn Michaels. I love every single one of you, Shawn says, as he jumps off the ladder, delivers an elbow, but he pops up. Here he is. Crowd are really into this. Shawn's going to be tuning up the band. Here we go. That was nice. I feel like he could have just took a moment more. You know, I love all of you before he drops that album. Just a touch longer. Still a cool moment. Oh, he goes for the super kick. Triple H reverses. Catches the leg. He's got him in the pedigree. Couldn't get it. Rolled through by Shawn. Shawn wins the match. Shawn wins. The problem I have, if it's truly unsanctioned, why is there a referee? Yeah. I think out of all of the logic and problems and things that you have to overlook, that's it's not the biggest one. But yeah, I completely agree. Triple H with a sledgehammer, driving it into the lower back of Shawn. Ah! Walloped him with that sledgehammer properly as well, not where you cover the end and you like jab. Boom! Shawn down. I refuse to believe what I see. What happened to Brock's ear? I don't know. Is that meant to be a doctor? Is that meant to be a doctor? That is the most doctor-looking doctor I've ever seen. He might as well just have a fake stethoscope. That's kind of like a Halloween doctor's costume. I don't understand. Like, there's a guy in a white coat and white gloves that's just appeared. Oh, that is a proper doctor, innit? You just don't get doctors like that anymore. He needs one of them things. I don't even know what they are, but you know the mirrors that they wear on their heads. He needs one of them. He needs a stethoscope. Proper looking doctor just got in the ring. Triple H laughing his head off as he staggers away. Blood all in the ring. I don't think there's blood coming from Shawn. I love that doctor. I love him. We always have a doctor. Their police officers look like Big Boss Man. Their doctors look like that guy. Welcome to Stereotype Land. What a moment in WWE history. He is a dentist, not a doctor. Triple H. Yeah, man, look at that. Properly. Wallops him, man. Wallops him. Man, Triple H is a blooming mess right now, all in his hair. Yeah, blood everywhere. They really, really went to work on each other, and the match was great for it. It is a great match. I think it's like 4.25 from Davey Meltzer. Bye, Doctor. The courage of Shawn. He looks more like an ice cream salesman. Look like I was getting scientist vibes. If he went backstage and there was a Bunsen burner, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, before we present... Howard Finkel. Okay, Howard Finkel's going to say a few words. This is the first... It's a little something called commitment. You WWE fans will always have the think. So Trish is coming down. Yeah, what's up with Trish? What's going on? Trish is about to steal Howard's spotlight and someone else has already stole his hair. I love that line. Okay, so Trish... Yeah, look at the look on the Fink's face. I love the Fink being involved. Fink was such a big fan of wrestling. He was so passionate. 2 weeks ago, you slapped me in the face. Last week, you pushed me into a pool of mud. Just because you're in an arena of Long Island skanks. Heel turn. Oh, Howard Finkel, preach. Preach it, Fink. Skanks, 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 skanks. I'm allowed to say it because the Fink taught me that word. What is... Yeah, it's got a sexy voice. Yeah, it's got a sexy voice. She's got a surprise. Oh. Oh, wow. We might have something here. Howie. Let's go slow. Let's go slow. Let's have a big hug first. I'm creeping out. Howard Finkel says this is a pleasant surprise. Ah. Oh, nasty slap by Lillian Garcia. You think you can get rid of me? Oh, man. She kicks him right in the gingangoolies. Oh. I love the Fink. He was kind of being pushed away at this point. It's a bit sad. Obviously, Lillian Garcia would go on to do a lot of ring announcing. But I bet he enjoyed doing that little bit. As I said, he loved wrestling. He absolutely loved it. He used to do... there's that story, isn't there, about the Fink report? I don't know if you ever heard about it. But apparently he used to make a report of everything that was going on in the dirt sheets and other companies, and he would pull all this information together and he would give it to Vince every morning. Howard Finkel would get into the office at like 6 a.m. and have the Fink report ready for 8 every single day. The Fink report. I'd love to see a Fink report. I'd love to just see what one looked like. I bet they didn't keep him, but yeah, he loved wrestling. He was such a fan. I don't know if you ever saw him on Legends House as well. He came across like a really great guy. I love the Fink. Versus Trish. I got Trish on the brain. Brock Lesnar versus Trish. Days, how is Mama Days? Oh, she's good. Days, would your favourite figures be the Rockers? Yeah, they'd be right up there. They'd be right up there. That was those were 2 figures I really did want, and they are on the front row. The pride of place next to Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan. I like that Hogan figure because it comes with the Hogan 86. It's a defining moments figure, and it's just cool. It's just iconic, isn't it? What a main event matchup this was. Yes. Fam is well. Thank you, Sonny Wolf. Hope you and your fam are well as well. What? Michael Cole looks young and hip. That should have got a higher score, says Heather. Yeah, you're right. There's only, 20... Wow, is it 20 odd minutes or 18 minutes? There's not long, is there? We're running out of time. This has gone by quick again. It was only like a few seconds ago. I was like, oh, wow, we're nearly an hour in. Now we're at the end of the show. We've got like 18 minutes, is it? Yeah. So this is not going to be the longest main event. I love that as well. And he beats up Hogan. Hogan's bleeding and he wipes Hogan's blood across his chest. That's cool. You want to send a message to The Rock. Brock, I think, didn't he get this opportunity because he won King of the Ring? That's good, isn't it? Seeing The Rock train. It's cool seeing Brock train, actually. I think you would get like a newfound respect for them if you was to see them training for a big... This is what I want, though. I keep saying this. I don't understand why wrestlers have matches on go-home shows if they've got such a big match at the pay-per-view. So much that you could do to promote a match rather than make them have another match. Like, the training montages there were great. I know you can't do that every single time. You can mix it up, but, man, I'm so against people having matches on go-home shows if they're having a match at the pay-per-view. If it's a lower match, then all right, whatever. But if it's the main event, no. Here comes Brock. Days, I can't pop in so much anymore. I try to pop in when you're live. No worries, man. Shout out to you, WWE Fan 14. Pablo Gamer, shout out to you. Imtiaz saying that your network keeps crashing. There's been a few people saying that tonight, dude. Yeah, a few people saying that. You're not alone. I've been thankfully all right. The next big thing, Brock Lesnar in the ring. We're waiting for The Rock to make his way down, and he's got that Undisputed Championship. That's what the title was at this stage. Obviously, we're past... we're not at the spinner. Oh, he put the belt down in the entranceway, and The Rock's come running down. Big strikes coming in. Belly to belly. Boom. Brock versus The Rock. This is going to have about 10, 15 minutes. Dace, do you remember Mr. Monkey? Of course, man. Mr. Monkey's a legend. Loved the look of the Undisputed title. Yeah, it did look cool. Did look cool. Backbreaker by Brock. 1, 2. Shoulder up by The Rock. I can't remember who they're chanting for. I think they're chanting for Brock. I know around this time The Rock is on the verge of going off to film, and everyone in the crowd knows. So I think a lot of the kids and everything are still with The Rock, but I think it's not like he's not getting like universal love that you would expect. Big strike across the back by Brock. Clothesline, and Rock goes into the first row. Paul Heyman firing in a little cheap shot as well. The Fink is a GOAT announcer. John says this should be a great match. Is WWE 2K20 for PS4 a good deal? I don't have the game. I heard that it was very, very glitchy. Days Austin 316 says he misses you as he is having his family. No worries. Rock in the ring. Brock going straight in after him. Belly to belly. Boom. Belly to belly suplex city. That's where we're at. Shoulder up by The Rock. We've got the SmackDown ref in the ring again. This is our final match. This is our main event. We know that we're around for about 13 minutes. So it's not going to be the longest match. Rock goes against the ropes and Paul Heyman trips him. Elbow drop by Brock. And again. Stomping away. And the ref getting in the face of Brock. Paul Heyman putting on a headlock. Putting on a head rock. Why didn't he ever have a move called the head rock? That's what Matt Riddle would do. Matt Riddle puts bro in front of everything, doesn't he? The bros line. A bro mission. Well, why didn't The Rock ever have the head rock? Oh my God, he's put him in the head rock. 1, 2. Shoulder up. I have the Howard Finkel Build-A-Figure. That's awesome. Wrestling Days fan says 2K20 is a bad game. Moda says the Big Show called the spin about 20 pounds of garbage. It was. It was. What in the world is Trish wearing? I don't miss the Diva stuff, no. No, neither do I. Brock backing up, charging. Goes shoulder first into that ring post. I can't tell. Is The Rock laughing? Or in pain? Rock, nice. Belly to back suplex. Both guys are down. This has been hard hitting stuff. Uh, 2K20 is really bad. I would just stick with 2K19. Kip up. Both guys kipping up at the same time. Rock and Brock staring at each other as Rock's firing in some big right hands. Against the ropes goes Rock. Tries to throw in a clothesline. And again. Brock staying on his feet. Duck underneath by The Rock. Another big strike, but this time Brock goes down. Brock hadn't been in WWE too long at this point. This is all part of, like, Brock's explosive first year. So, as I said, you know, this really is the old meat in the new. Not that The Rock's that old here, but obviously he'd been around since, what, 96? So, he'd been in for a good 7 years or so at this point. Ooh. Dragon screw. Looking for the sharpshooter. And he's put it on. Sharpshooter applied to Brock. So The Rock has got Brock in a sharpshooter. That was quite interesting as well, what the Fink said. We didn't really point at that, but he was saying how this was the first time that he'd been in that arena since WrestleMania 2. So how cool is that? That was one of the venues at WrestleMania 2. If you remember, at WrestleMania 2, they had 3 different venues. I think they were in LA, Chicago, and New York. So this was the New York venue. It's not a great sharpshooter, is it? Brock's a little bit low. He hasn't kind of got the curvature. The Rock here. Lesnar teasing that he's going to tap, but not doing it. Look, Heyman distracting. Heyman throwing a chair into the ring, and Brock goes over, grabs Heyman, pulls him into the ring. Heyman flipped into the ring. And The Rock looking for a rock bottom, but Brock. Why is the ref not DQing? Might be because the Brock kind of dragged Heyman in, so. Here we go, look, Brock with a steel chair. He's got it. Jabs it into the midsection. Rock turns around. Oh, into a bear hug. Horrific. Can you please put Jeff Hardy's theme song on? No, because we would get caught with copyright, unfortunately. Fun fact, The Rock turns on the fans the next night on Raw. He does it after the show as well. You don't see it, but as soon as the show finishes, he stays in the ring and cuts a promo on the fans. It's a little preemptive promo for what you would get the next night on Raw. I thought 15 would be worth the price. We can blame 2K20 for this year, says James Chadwick. Yeah, well, 2K20 definitely told us that bad things were on the way, didn't they? So he's got this bear hug applied. Yeah, and Taz says a lot of these fans are into Brock Lesnar. I think it's just a case that The Rock was leaving to go and do this film, so. Rock fading here is still in this bear hug. Both guys are down on the mat. Wrestling Days fan, shout out to you. Laura, why did you not respond to me? I did. You asked, can you put Jeff Hardy's theme song on? I said no. Because of copyright reasons. Jumanji needs to be over soon. I bet Brock doesn't do cardio like that now, says Heather. Rock fading, but starting to come back into it. Here we go. Look, The Rock starting to say a few things, starting to get up to his feet. He's still in this bear hug, but he's trying to find a way out. Firing in a couple of right hands. Brock now going down, and he does break out of that hold. Days, imagine a Donald Trump figure because he is in the Hall of Fame. Oh, big right hand. Was that a low blow? I think that was a low blow by The Rock. Referee didn't see it, but even The Rock doing a little bit of heel work there. But hey, look, all's fair in love and war. I've got no issue with that. Moda says, Days, I think the Honky Tonk Man's shake, rattle and roll is one of the best and coolest looking finishing moves. Brock driving Rock back into the corner. We are sneaking our way towards the end. Rock leaving for 7 years left a sour taste in my mouth, says Smith's Grove. Hello to Laura. Rock going over, big right hand. Few big right hands, actually. Brock against the ropes. Here we go. Boom. Brock goes out the ring. Rock is a little slimmer here, isn't he? We've definitely seen Rock bigger than this. I mean, he's still absolutely jacked, make no mistake about it, but he does seem a little slimmer. The last good one had a GM mode, says Dave in real life. Evan, happy birthday to you, my friend. Evan Sussman. Shout out to you. Taking out monitors. Paul Heyman getting in the face of The Rock. The Rock kind of gently slamming Paul Heyman against that commentary table. Clothesline, and Brock goes down. And The Rock now indicating that he's going to be slingshotting Brock into that ring post. That was weird. The Rock slingshots Brock nowhere near the ring post, and Brock kind of has to turn into it midair. That was a bit strange. Like, you didn't need to do that. But the way... that was funny. Brock having to change direction midair. Rock bottom. Heyman goes through the commentary table. We are really towards the end now. Is the cringe crew still a thing? I don't know. I think we've kind of moved on. If they bring that back, I might buy it. We only see Eddie versus AJ in WWE 2K19. Heyman through a table. Rock going around, grabbing Brock. Throwing Brock back into the ring. John says, this is an okay match. Yeah, I mean, it is following that incredible Shawn Triple H match, so it's not that level. But, yeah, this is good. I think it's been a solid show. I don't think it's anywhere near the level of, like, a WrestleMania 17. Someone's got a sign that says WrestlingFigures.com. This might be the greatest unintentional double turn ever. Rock bottom to Brock. Are you a wrestler of Shoulder up. Are you a wrestler of WWE? What? No. If you are, can you show me? I'm not. So that was a rock bottom to Brock, but Brock managing to get his shoulder up. Rock taking a moment. You can smell it. Oh, but Brock delivers a rock bottom of his own. And the Rock is down. Brock going over. 1, 2. Oh, shoulder up. 2 rock bottoms. They're trading rock bottoms. So both are down. The crowd are on their feet now. This is where conditioning takes over, says Taz. People on their feet. This match has got to a good point now. That was a great near fall. Yes. Here we go. Brock against the ropes. The Rock with a spine buster. He's going to go for the people's elbow. The most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. Here we go. Against the ropes goes the Rock, but Brock gets up. Clothesline. Massive hit by Brock. Brock has Rock up on his shoulders looking for the F5. Oh, couldn't get it. Rock lands on his feet. This is a great ending. Went for a rock bottom. Who's going to get it? Goes for another rock bottom. Up on the shoulders again. And connects. Connects with the F5. 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar wins. Brock beats Rock. Brock becomes the youngest WWE champion in history. He is aged 25 here. I think this is about 6 weeks after his 25th birthday. The youngest superstar, amazingly, the youngest superstar before this was Yokozuna. Yokozuna was 26 at WrestleMania 9 when he beat Bret Hart. So Yokozuna was 26. Brock here is 25. And that is the end of SummerSlam. And then obviously Brock leaves. That leaves Rock in the ring on his own, and he cuts a heel promo. And then, as was said, he cuts a heel promo the next night on Raw. So, boom, there we go. Look, that is that. Get your scores in. Get your scores in. What did you think of SummerSlam 2002? Get your scores in. What is your name? Days. Doesn't Randy Orton take that record later? Yeah, he is the youngest champion, but I don't know. Is it WWE or World Heavyweight? I'm not sure. John says 775. Kevin gives it a 9. General Snotty Notty says 7.5. Sonny Wolf says, it was all right. This is the longest live stream. Should have said yesterday. We did 7 hours. Texas Ranger fan, 8. Jason gives it an 8. LSW, 9.25. Sonny Wolf with a 7. Colin with a 7. A solid 8, says Brian. 7.5 says Future Compilations. 8 says JB17. Wrestling Days fan says 0 because I didn't watch it. Here we go. Look, you can see all the scores coming in. I kind of agree with, I think a lot of people are saying 8s. I'm seeing a lot of 8s. I'm going to say, actually, going back and watching it, I think the Chris Benoit thing has really taken away from that match. I think Undertaker Test really underwhelmed. I wasn't really into like the Steph and Eric Bischoff segments. I think the Fink thing was a bit flat. I think the co-main event's one of the best matches in WWE history. I think it's right up there. It's incredible. I mean, if you think that was Shawn Michaels' comeback match and what, how far they went, I mean, that was easily the best match on the show. But then if you think of the importance of Brock winning that title and, a new star emerging and all of that, and some really good stuff. I mean, Ric Flair, Jericho, I enjoyed. I agree with people. I think it's a solid show. But man, I've got to agree. For me, I think it's about 7.5. I think it's about 7.5. They say it's the best SummerSlam ever, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we can look for a better one. I don't know if we'll find one, but I think we can look for one. I saw that you was tired before. Yes, I was. I was feeling it from last night. 7-hour stream last night, and a little bit today. There's no way that we were not going to do this. I wanted to do this anyway because I know people enjoy doing these old watch-alongs, and I just love hanging out with you guys anyway. So, sitting here and watching a wrestling show together is no chore, is it? So, that was, and it was all right. It was all right. That wasn't a disaster at all. But I didn't expect it to be because, as I said, people do regard that as the best SummerSlam. And it's fun to go back and watch these shows because my memory is not the greatest. So even though I've seen these shows at the time, there's plenty about them that I don't remember. So to go back and see them again is really, really cool. It's really cool. So Right, that is it. We are done for tonight. We are done. Of course, we are back tomorrow. We are back tomorrow for Raw. We've got Raw coming up tomorrow. And I don't know what's happening on Tuesday. I know that I've got Wrestling Escape Pod and whatever. So I'm not sure what Tuesday's going to hold. Wednesday, we've got NXT AEW. We'll take it a day at a time. We're going to take it a day at a time. Can you do WrestleMania 30? I think we did WrestleMania 30. Wrestling Days fan says, let's hit 3 hours. Okay, we can do that. That's what, 4.5 minutes. We can do that. I'll do that for you. I will stick around for 4.5 minutes. You've got me for that. So I'm gonna hang on. I'm not gonna say my goodbyes. I didn't get to the. I was going, but Wrestling Days fan says let's stick around for 3 hours, and I'm going to do that. Better than the typical, says Brian. Like and subscribe for more content. Take a break on Tuesday, says James Chadwick. I don't know, Matt. I don't know what I'll do, to be honest. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if I'll do a stream. I know people want toy hunts, and I want to do toy hunts, but I mean, look, if I'm going to be honest, the problem with toy hunts is I have looked online at the Smiths website to see what is in stores in my local area, and there is no Fiend in shops at the moment. The Smiths have stopped taking full series. Go back to when I was doing toy hunts back in Southampton. Go back to like 2017. When a new series of figures, Elite Series, came out, they used to have them, and they used to have all 6. Now, for whatever reason, Smiths only take half of the series, and they take lower quantities as well. Or seemingly they do, because they just don't, like, no Pete Dunne. There's no Pete Dunne that you can find in Smiths, or not round by me. There's no Fiend in Smiths. I think I had a look, and I think they've got the Slambulance. So I think Smiths have got Slam. So if I went, I would hope that I would find the Slambulance. I don't know. Is that enough of it? Is that enough? I don't know, really. There might be a couple of basics, but by and large, there's not tons of great stuff in the shops. Like, the pandemic, the shops were closed. They weren't getting deliveries, and it doesn't look like they've had much in the way of deliveries. So I'm kind of at the point where I could do a toy hunt, but I really don't think it's going to be that great, to be honest. I just don't think it's going to be that great. I could get there and could be completely wrong. Do you know what I mean? It could be loads of great stuff, but in my mind, I think I'm going to get there. I'm going to have to wear a mask. I think it's going to be quite empty. I think there's going to be staff everywhere. I don't know if they're going to be moody about me filming. Do you know what I mean? There's not many figures there, so I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I know I really do need to do a toy hunt. There's so many people that keep asking for it. I know, but I really think I'm going to struggle to make it good. So that's where I am with toy hunts. I do need to go and try, but to be honest, it's only now that I'm even starting to like think, yeah, we can maybe get some out of it, maybe, but we'll see. Days, you watch TNA? No. Days, would your favourite figures be the Rockers? They would be up there. Someone asked me that earlier, and I says, yeah, they're on the front row. I've got they're not really in a priority order, but yeah, they either way, they're still on the front row next to Bruno and Hulk Hogan. What's your thoughts on Bronson Reed? I think he's great. I think he's one for the future. I think he should be built up. I think that he hopefully is going to look really good in that ladder match, but he's not the one that I want to win. I want Dexter Loomis to be the new North American. Wrestling Days fan says, I miss the toy hunts. I do as well. Ask a Sasha tomorrow. Yep. It's going to be really cool. Can we do SummerSlam 2013? There's a really good chance that we will, yeah. As we're building towards SummerSlam, I'd like to keep doing some SummerSlam, so I'm not going to say that it's going to be guaranteed every Sunday that we will, but I think there's a good chance we'll do another SummerSlam, say, next Sunday. So, yeah, I think there's a good chance. LSW says, all right, it's time to go. It's now past 3 hours. I've got it at 2:59:50. Don't you try and throw me off, LSW. I'm on to you. You're trying to get me to end just seconds before it reaches 3 hours. I'm on to you. Do toy hunts, but with figures from your house. I don't know how that would work, if I'm being honest. Drew versus Dolph is now non-title. Yeah, I heard that. And I do need to fix the emojis, yes. Right, it is now past the 3 hour mark. So on that bombshell, we will end. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, going back watching this SummerSlam. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Bye for now.